Hi everyone, I'm going to go through the solutions for this revision sheet. I'm going to do it anyway, so I thought I may as well record as I do it, so you can see how to actually do it, not just the answers. Okay, so for question 1, we've got a set of data, so find the mean of this set of data. So what we need to do is add all the values up and divide by how many we have. So I'll just quickly do that on the calculator. Now, looking at these values, I can see it's going to be somewhere around 20. Okay, so it's always a good idea to estimate what it would be before you do it, because if we miscalculate something, at least you can question it. So I'm just going to check my numbers are correct before I write the answer in. Okay, and then we divide that by how many we got. So 176, I just write that here. 176 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So back onto the calculator. 176 divided by 8 is 22. All right, find the median of this set of data. So it's not in order, so I need to put it in order first. So not too many numbers like the previous questions we've done, where it's very time-consuming putting things in order. What's next? 23, 2 24s, 25, and 28. So let's just make sure we've got all 8 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the median is halfway between 23 and 24. Okay, so we've got 2 equal groups of 4. So halfway between 23 and 24, we can just add them together. You probably already know it's going to be 23.5. All right, so the mode is your most frequent value. So we've got 2 lots of 24, so it's going to be 24. Determine the data value that needs to be added to this data to make the mean decrease by 1. So basically, these, sorry, a little bit of a glitch. We've got 176, and we're going to add a value, which we don't know what that's going to be, so we'll call that plus x, divided by, now we've got 9 values. So we had 8 before, and remember we're going to add a value, so that our value is x, and we've got now 9. So we've gone from 8 to 9 values, and we want our mean to decrease by 1. So it's not going to be 22 anymore, it's going to be 21. And then we just need to solve for x. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 9. So I've got 176 plus x, 21 times 9. I'm just going to do that on the calculator. So 189. And then subtract 176 from both sides. So x is equal to 189 minus 176. So we're adding on, is that 13? All right, so we just need to include 13 to decrease the mean by 1. When the data value found in part D is included, what is the new median? So my 13 now goes at the end, so all the numbers, I'll just rewrite them. Now we've got 9 values, so our median is in the middle. So before it was halfway between 23 and 24. Now it's going to be 23. So we've got 4 numbers either side of 23. So it's going to be 23. All right, consider the following data set. So organize the data into an ordered stem and leaf plot. So I'm going to find the minimum value, which is 17, and the maximum value is 46. So with my stem and leaf, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And remember, we've got to write always a key. So the first number I'm going to write is 17. So 1 / 7 is equal to 17. All right, let's just work through the other numbers. So we've got 20, and we do it in order. And I'm just going to cross off the numbers as I do them. 20, 25, 29. Okay, then moving into the 30s, so I've got 32, 37, another 37. Oh, and I forgot the 34. So that's why it's always important to cross it off. So I've got the 34. So then two 37s. So I've crossed both 37s off, and then we've got a 38. Done in 17. So we've got 3 41s. So we'll cross them off. 43, and then 45, and don't forget the 46 that I highlighted before. All right, so there's your stem and leaf plot, and it's ordered. Okay, find the median. So how many values do we have? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So with 15, my median is going to be the 8th value, but if you want to cross them off like I've shown you before, so if you wanted to cross them off at either end like that, you can, but it's also going to be the 8th value. Oh, trying to get rid of that line. There we go. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you can always check, just count how many numbers you have either side of the median, and it should be the same. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So your median is 37. Your mode, remember, is the most frequent number or the most common number, and that's 41. It occurs 3 times. And this starter is clearly not symmetrical, it's clearly skewed. So remember, if we were just to draw a line going over it, it's not symmetrical. Okay, so if it had the bump in the middle, it would be symmetrical. So this one, it's skewed. All right, so question 3, we've got set A and set B, and we're doing back-to-back stem and leaf plots. This is a bit annoying because they're not in order. So let's just work out our stem first by looking at our lowest value for both sets, which is, looks like it's 0.4, and our highest value is 4.5. Okay, so for my stem, we're going from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And remember, you need to include a key. It doesn't matter what number you use. I'm just going to use the first one, which is 0.4. So 0, 4 equals 0.4. Okay, so let's go and do set A first of all. So their lowest number is 0.8. We've got nothing else in the 0, so the 1s, so 1.3 and 7. And then in the 2s, we've got 2.9. Oh, we've got 2.4. And then in the 3s, we've got 3.1, 3.5, 3.6, and then we're in the 4s. So 4.0, another 4.0. Don't cross them both off. 4.2. And then lastly 4.5. So just make sure I've crossed off all the numbers, as I have. All right, moving on to set B, we've got, oh, missed that 0.2, which is there. So that's actually our smallest. Probably need to highlight that. Doesn't matter about the key. You can use any number for your key, so I don't need to change that, but I do need to know. I wonder how many of you picked that up before. All right, that's why it's good to cross them off. All right, 0.5. And then we've got 0.7. All right, cross that off. So now we're into the ones. So we've got 1.3, 1.8. Oh, I had another 1.3, which I've just missed. There was a 1.3 there, and then I'll put the 8. Already crossed that off. Okay, and then moving into our 2s, we've got 2.5, 2.9. All right, moving into our 3s, we've got 3.0, 3.6. And we've covered all the numbers, 4.1. Okay, so there's our set A and set B. Compare and comment on any difference between the two data sets. So when you're looking at comparing, you can just refer to the range. You can refer to the median, which is probably the most important thing. Median, looks like an M there. Might just change that. Median. And we can also do the interquartile range, which I'm going to do. All right, so let's do the range first of all. So for set A, the range is 4.5 minus 0.8. So that's 3.7. And then set B, and I just realized I'm running out of room. Set B, it is 4.1 minus 0.2. So that's 3.9. The median, okay, so how many values have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we're going to go to the sixth number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's halfway between 3.1 and 3.5. And we might just do set B while I've got my highlighter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so for set A, now it's no clear value, so I can just say, all right, it's halfway between 3.5 and 3.1, so we divide that by 2. I'll do that on the calculator in a sec. And then set B, halfway between 1.8 and 1.3, so we actually need to add them together, 1.8 and 1.3. All right, so let's do that on the calculator. So 3.5 plus 3.1 divide by 2 gives us the halfway point, and I might just put that in decimal. So 3.3. And then set B, add them together and divide by 2, so we get 1.55. All right, and then I'm going to do the interquartile range as well. Okay, so our bottom half, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, this is going to be hard. All right, it's just 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry, I'm just making sure I've counted correctly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and I'll do that in a sec. 1, 2, 3, so it's a bit easier. All right, so got to do the upper half too. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. All right, I might just do it over here. So your lower quartile, Q1, is halfway between 1.7 and 2.4. So I'll do that on the calculator in a sec. And then your upper quartile is halfway between 4 and 4.2, which we know is 4.1. It's a bit easier to do. And then for set B, I just put that in a square so it's not lost. Or Q1 is halfway between 5 and 7, so it's clearly going to be 0.6. And Q3 is, halfway between 2.9 and 3.0, so it's easy to read, so 2.95. All right, just do the lower quartile for set A. So 1.7 plus 2.4 divided by 2 is 2.05. All right, so your interquartile range for set A is just your upper quartile, 4.1 minus 2.05. And then we'll do set B. And then I'll do it all on the calculator. Set B, your upper quartile is 2.95 minus 0.6. Oh, I can probably do that without the calculator. Okay, so if we're commenting on these, so with the ranges, they're quite similar, but set B has a greater range, so I'm going to highlight that. So set B has a bigger range, but the median, which is what we should be using, so I'm just going to highlight that, is bigger for set A. So set A has a larger median, so 3.3, and the interquartile range, set B has a larger interquartile range. So if you're comparing, usually we just compare using the median. Okay, but I just thought I'd add that range in the interquartile range. So basically the range in the interquartile range tells us that set B, the data is more spread, whereas more spread out than what it is for set A. But set A has a clear greater median at 3.3s. And you can see that with your data, they have a lot more higher values than set B. All right, moving on to question 4. So the data below shows the number of paintings an artist sells each day at an exhibition that takes place over a 20-day period. All right, so your class intervals. So this one, 0 to, we're going to go 0 to 4, 4 to 9, 10 to 14, and then we can just do 15 plus. All right, so 0 to 4, let's just count them up. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5 to 9, oh, missed that 3 there. How did I miss that? So let's just add that one in. 5 to 9, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10 to 14, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 15 plus, is that just 1? I thought I saw a 15 there. No, clearly didn't. All right, so what does that give us? 20, awesome, which is what we want. And the percentage frequency, might just do show you the working out for the first one. So we just go 9 over 20 times 100, which I'll do with them all. This one is 5 over 20 times 100. Don't know why I wrote 200. Let's just write that again, 20. Then this one's the same. And then we've got 1 over 20 times 100. And you should get 100%. Okay, so on your calculator, 9 divided by 20 times 100. Okay, so 45%. 5 over 20 is the same as 1/4, so that's 25%. And then 1 over 20, whoops, don't want that. Oh, sorry, let's just go back to here. 1 over 20 times 100 is 5%. Okay, so use the axis below to draw a frequency histogram of the data. So we're going 0, 5, 10, 15, and I'll just do 20 here. All right, and then on your y-axis, I might just go up by, well, we're only going up to 9, so I might just go as high as 10. So we've got 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's a terrible scale. So you would use a ruler. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. A little bit better. 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so for the first one, we're going up to 9. So it's here. So we go across and down. Oh my gosh. Sorry. I'm going to do that again. That was very embarrassing. It's a terrible line. Okay. Much easier to do with a ruler. Okay, so we go across and then up. The next one is 5. All right, and then next one is also 5. And then the last one is 1. Okay, so there's your histogram. How many days did the artist sell fewer than 10 paintings? So fewer than 10, if we look at our class intervals, we're looking at the first 2 classes. So 9 plus 5 is 14. What percentage of days did the artist sell at least 5? So we're adding up 25, 25, and 5, so 50%. All right, moving on to question 5. The data below shows the mark out of 100 on an English essay for a group of Year 9 students. List the data in order from smallest to largest. Okay, so it's our lowest, 32. Just make sure you cross as you go. 32, nothing in the 40s, then moving into the 50s. So we've got 56. 60s, so I've got 64. And then we've got a 68. Moving into the 70s, so I've got a 72. 75. 77. And 79. All right, nothing else. Then the 80. 83, 87, oh, running out of room. And then move into the 90s, so we've got 91. And lucky last, just as we can fit on the page, 95. All right, so just make sure we've got all our numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All right, the minimum value is 32. The maximum value is 95. The range is 95 minus 32, which is 63. The median, so your middle value, so we've got 13 values. So going to go to the the 7th value. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 77. All right, the lower quartile. So we're looking at the bottom half, of which there's 7 values, I think, from memory. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 6 values. So halfway is there. So halfway between 64 and 68 is 66. And then your upper quartile, splitting that into half. So halfway between 83 and 87 is 85. And then the interquartile range, 85 minus 66 gives you, what is that, 19. And I think we're done. Awesome. Okay, bye.